What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at possibly the current most broken strategy for boat defenses, whatever this boat battles mode is actually called. Because I was getting a few comments on livestream about what card should I set in my defenses, and I think that we've sort of figured it out. So, before I actually tell you how this is going to go down, we're going to battle a few of my clanmates. So, here in my clan, we have this member called Viro Meow Meow. It's an excellent name. It's now in a video. And he has just decided that he loves heavy troops. He has one card there, which is below 5 elixir. Incredible. So, let me go test with my Royal Giant deck against Viro Meow Meow's defense, because it's gonna look, it's not a very well balanced one. So I'm just gonna cycle in the back because apparently the opponent won't place cards until you attack. So let me just cycle in the back real quick. Let me then get a Royal Giant at the river, as you do, in front of this prince, hopefully. Yep, good tank, good tank. And then let's wait for him to play some cards. So there's his first card, his Rascals, right? Very, very basic for now. Goes to a bowler too. Absolutely loves doing that. I think I did it last time we played. The Sparky too. Classic, classic. If we can get rid of those Rascal Girls, we can then support this with a good old Mega Minion. That's very nice, very nice. Sparky would blast that. I might have to Suicide a Spirit here just so I can keep my Ewiz alive. And as you can see, Viru here has not constructed the greatest defense. He loves his heavy cards, and that's pretty much all he's playing. So, Mega Knight goes down, again, another 7 elixir card, Rascals instantly after it, and maybe you can see where this is going. The AI just seems to spam with sort of no regards for elixir count whatsoever. Obviously, the level 9 cards and whatnot, so I am going to deal with it fine. I might lose this battle at some point, but right now I'm dealing with it just fine. We're actually getting damage, but with 30 seconds left, you can sort of tell that the AI might not have an elixir bar. The AI might just be able to spend however many infinite units it wants. So, oh, why did the music just change so heavily? Anyway, all my stuff's going to go down there. We're going to keep defending. The music has gone weird. I don't really know what's going on with that. Alright, 3 Musketeers as well. Another insanely heavy card from my opponent. Oh, look. More Rascals. I'm actually going to struggle here. Okay. So, you can see on this right lane that it's gotten to a point where my opponent now has 3 Muskets, P.E.K.K.A. and has just placed a bowler. And I'm not really getting much damage, and I'm struggling for elixir. A Minion Horde goes down too, another really hefty, just hefty card that I actually cannot really defend. So luckily my King's going to take that down. But yeah, we are going to end up winning this one. But as you can see, the AI is just chucking these cards. It went Dark Prince, Sparky, Prince. So the theory here, and 3 Musketeers straight after, the theory here is that the AI actually doesn't have a very limited elixir bar. So, against good old Viru here, we went into overtime, 2-crowned him, and my opponent actually spent 94 elixir in that time. That's credit to Badger, my moderator in stream. Spent 94 elixir in that time. So, let's face somebody who has a pretty cheap deck in comparison. Voidrev here, he has a P.E.K.K.A, he has a Cannon card, but outside of that, all of his, and an E-Dragon, outside of that, all of his cards are under 5 elixir. Viru only had one that was below 5 elixir. Alright, so going in against Voidrev, we're going to do pretty much what we did against Viru, which is just start the game by cycling troops in the back and building up a small push, because apparently the opponent won't attack until you touch their tower, which I guess makes sense for the game mode, because if you just want to sit and wait, then that's fine. Obviously, you shouldn't sit and wait because you are on a time limit. So we're going to build pretty much the same push as we built against Viru, just going pretty aggressive here, seeing if my opponent will actually spend. Remember, Viru here had spent a bowler and like some other stuff, a bowler, some Rascals and all that jazz, whereas here we've gotten the same amount of cards out of my opponent, but they're all cheaper cards. So I've already won this game in such a short amount of time because because they're spending cheaper cards but the same amount as when they were playing heavy cards. So what this entire video that I'm making is trying to say is in your boat defenses, there's no reason not to play the heavier cards, because, as you can see, my opponent is just spending the same amount of troops as my heavier opponent did, but these troops don't cost as much, meaning they're not going to be as effective against any of my attacks. So I can just run through all of this here, seeing as Void's defense is pretty much concentrated on cheaper cards, whereas Viru's defense was concentrated on the heavier cards, which did a lot more per elixir. So what we've basically confirmed here is that the opponents do not actually have an elixir bar that they are to spend from. So, to summarize what just happened there, I played against Viru and he spent 9 of his cards. I played against Voidrev and he spent 11 of his cards. That could very simply just be down to random timing and how much I was pushing, but the key fact here is that in overtime, Viru spent 55 elixir. Voidrev, on the other hand, spent 42 elixir. Now that is a difference. When Viru spent less cards, he spent 2 less cards, he actually spent more elixir on those cards. So to me, this says that the AIs don't actually have an elixir bar. So, for what you should be doing in your boat defenses is the opposite of what I have here. So yeah, just as a brief rundown of what I've done there, I've literally just gone into here, sorted by elixir, scrolled all the way to the bottom, and I've just been told that actually you don't need to worry about levels. You can use any level cards you want. So just go down to the bottom of your elixir sorted collection and put in the heaviest cards you own into your boat defenses that aren't win conditions and will defend for you, because essentially the reason that these cards are bad for you to use in game, to use too many of them, is because they're also expensive. However, your boat doesn't have an elixir bar, meaning your boat will just place them whenever it needs to place them. So there you go, there you have it. The best defense in the game is for sure the heaviest cards you can find, spread sort of evenly over your 3 defenses and putting air units in the middle. There you go, that's all there is to it. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you have a little bit more success in the boat battles game mode now that you know this secret tip. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and peace.